So on the last session of this lovely video game, we met this guy up here.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy man being an important police officer and all, and personally, I think the more people keeping the peace, the better.
Easy Leo, who's a mouthful of a human here. Lots and lots of long-winded things. Has been a pretty funny thing. But we did get a little bit of info from Easy Leo. The most interesting of which is in this, I believe in this container, the head of the union, that's kind of like where their office is. We've also got this absolutely awesome looking outfit. Ooh, and money. I don't know how I missed that last time. But yeah, I'm loving this right now. Let's I guess we'll talk to these folks here. We still need to get the body down. This is day 3. We still haven't gotten that literal stinking body down. That should be pretty interesting. Coffee in the giant thermos is still lukewarm. And I guess if this, for whatever reason, is the first time you're seeing this game, the premise of this, and actually let me vamp for 20 seconds because it looks like we're in an ad. Who knows who's kicking around, just in case. What is this? Oh wait, real quick. We jump in here. Yeah, this is an outfit. I like that we still have the tie on as well. Tie over the t-shirt with the jacket, and now we have a bag of bottles with this very questionable hat. We also have wire cutters in our hand. Didn't realize that we had decided to do that, but I kind of like it. It's a choice. All right, everybody's back. So yeah, if this is the first session that you may be joining on this game, you never heard of it before. The gist of it is that we are a police officer who has lost our memory. And we're on a case with this guy over here who I've highlighted, Kim, who is our partner basically for this case, and we're trying to solve this this murder basically. And one of our base of the body is still, you know, it was a lynching, so the body is still hanging there. We've been unable to get it down so far. So anyways, we're doing some investigating and stuff. That's where we are. Stair made of pallets leading up. Look at this guy. Large and in charge. A taxidermy fish that tells time. I like the typewriter situation here. That's nice.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk.
Oh.
He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
This is one of the portraits in this game for sure. Absolutely one of the portraits.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Leave without comment. Let's get straight to business. There's a dead body in a tree. Yeah, we'll ask about the dock workers.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Ooh.
It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite to his giant desk. Dubois, you say? Interesting.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debardes Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
I suppose.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
All right, Iron. Thanks again for the resub and guiding that raid over here. That's very kind of you. It's nice to see you again. Have a great rest of your night.
You go ahead, detective.
Lieutenant nods at you And then the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best.
Let's do it.
Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Why are you calling me Dubois? Yeah, we'll sit down.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Try to wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world.
Of course.
It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow,
Said it again.
that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
This is an interesting one. We have enough money to go for another day. I feel like we probably shouldn't accept money because I feel like, you know, it's gonna flip on us somehow. But we'll ask about Gart. You know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real
Lawrence?
character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into the chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun.
Right.
Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear.
Jeez.
Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
Sure, yeah, I'll appreciate the help.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Chair is killing us. I don't think we have any way to bump this up. I don't believe. Composure? Where are you, composure? I mean, not that it matters anyway. We have a 3. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have a chance to change our outfit. I don't know if anything will increase it, so let's just roll the dice and see what happens.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
So what? Men can cry too. Yeah, I had heard about the lost gun. I heard about it from... Well, initially we say something about the lost gun in the beginning. But the other part was that when we went to the pawn shop, the guy's like, yeah, you sold your gun here for nothing. It was pretty weird. And then that was the big the big reveal on it for me. I'll try to stay cool.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this Mr. Dubois, he keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Big time.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place. Yeah, Jello shot.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Yeah, that's exactly it, Archie.
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Yeah, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, that would be insane if this was the first
Okay, enough.
thing of it.
We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
A lot of questions. Holy cow, let's do it. Okay. From the top, I'm told the union... Oh, do we just go with the drug trade thing? Yeah, that's how I got in. Why did you call me that? Oh, we need the body down.
You
with
might
Asper's.
have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Yeah, the belt thing. Yeah, the footprints thing is interesting
I
too.
can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
He licks his fat lips and smiles.
But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
All right. He picks up the handset of a radio phone to his right. Clicks a button.
Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. You can find Luke down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you, now that he's back on his feet.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I'm told. Do we want to lead with that? Do we want to make him too upset about this? It's the container out there.
My
That's
dear
interesting.
Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Am I going to
How do we get in?
ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
I am a terrifying death machine. Don't have a window. That's true, I don't see one.
It was a figure of speech, Harry. Of course I don't have a window. I'm in a container. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. You've got a lot of spirit clearing up the drug problem alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now, let's talk real business.
He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him. Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
Right.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to
Everything's
hear
fine.
that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Lieutenant inspects Evart over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Where'd you get that folder?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
I guess we can keep kind of cop does it say? I
Harry,
am?
you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. You're a superstar.
That's what I... You get me.
Of course I do, Harry. And I'm gonna help you shine. I'm gonna put you on all the big stages, your name in giant neon letters. Harry Dubois.
The giant neon sign reading Harry Dubois, hanging from the Elyisum crane, can be seen all the way to Jamrock.
It's a hilarious line that you could beat Measurehead and then die in the chair. That's a hysterical, like, juxtaposition, like, back to back.
Somewhere in Mirova, a beautiful woman sees the bright glow on the horizon and says to herself, "Oh my God, I shouldn't have left him."
Alright, let's try rolling. Come on.
As you look at the folder,
Let's go.
Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
That's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Alright, Lost Gun.
Yes,
What do we got?
your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
That's what I was thinking. I feel like it's already out here. I will not be blackmailed with this gun business.
Harry! I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
Excellent, Mr.
What am I supposed to
Kitsuragi.
do?
That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
Alright, the hanging.
Oh,
Let's
of
go.
course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you like I'm helping you with the body and your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me,
Since there's a but.
but there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
Is that true, Q? I've opened a couple doors
And
in
I'm
my
sure
day.
you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Okay. Accept task. Yeah, what door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses and rubs his nose.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Can't you open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
I bet you don't even know anything about that.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
I don't like the cut of this at all, so I'm gonna say no.
Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
Interesting. Shady brew.
I
right?
don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
More shady.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along.
We've got a Bonnie treat coming in here from Soul Driver, so let's get that going real quick. Here you go, Bonnie. And thank you, Soul Driver, for the Bonnie treat. Get a couple pets here. We're in a tough spot in this game, I feel like, right now. Big yawns here. Good luck, pets here. Thank you very much, Soul Driver, for the redemption.
One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals.
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I am helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. And with finding your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy.
Yeah, what happened to Mr. Gaman?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left. Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry.
Oh.
I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly.
Alright, the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Casserole, huh?
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was.
If it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any in his expression or demeanor now.
Interesting character, this guy. Why haven't you let her in to see
If
him?
she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
Yeah, we might talk later. It's tough.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Reaches into her drawer and pulls out a plastic card. Great, wouldn't want to get stuck
Here,
in here.
you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
Okay. Very interesting. I'm guessing we're gonna have to probably at some point, I guess, figure this door situation out. I kind of don't. This guy seems exceptionally scummy. How do I get out of here? Game, can you let me out? get out? Are we trapped here? Yeah, it's not like in here, is it? Like I'm holding down right now. Come on.
Yes?
Yeah, I can't get out of here. Like, can I mean, is it this way? Okay. We have to go like that. Oh, okay, I can see the perspective now. I see. So it's not just going straight down, I have to like hook around the corner. Okay. Sheesh. There's a lot of moments like that in this game where I think I don't know, it just doesn't look the way I think it looks.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a...
Checking to see if there was anything new. Alright, I guess we'll take a look at this body situation here. Hopefully Measurehead doesn't take it personally that we kind of kick the snot out of him here. Yeah. Should we try convincing the door to open like
You're
was
back
suggested?
before the cargo container. No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like you attempt. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Yeah, it's still locked. Skill points into rhetoric. I don't know if it counts if I have something in my clothes that gives me rhetoric, does it? That's less rhetoric. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an interesting character, this Evar guy, but yeah, I mean, some concerns as you'd expect with the way that the business is being handled here. What's going on here? 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Another bottle. All the bottles. Oh my goodness. Can we return these somewhere?
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
How hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
Did I do that?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Advanced scouting mission on the harbor for sure.
Yes, this looks pretty advanced, all right. For now, let's just move on.
Thank you. Well, this is good. We're cleaning up after ourselves. I feel like we're making we're making it good. What's this?
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
We'll look around.
If you must. But please hurry, we are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Take the picture.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, Rene, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera. Rene looks like he's about to smile. This photo must be tied to some good memories.
Why did you take that picture of René?
Making an artistic photo collage game. Yeah, I mean, evidence.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Nothing else in here, right? Just this. Can we go down? Doesn't appear so. We came up from there.
The file cabinet stands steady as... Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor. More banners. All items on the list have been crossed out. The drawer slides shut. Smooth.
I was curious if there was anything new. Ooh, shades? Yes. If there's anything new in there, mainly because we met Leo since that happened, so it's like, oh, maybe there's something. Let's take a look at these super cool shades here. +1 visual calculus, -1 drama. The thought. You have these cool ones too. +1 empathy, -1 logic. We've got +1 logic, -1 authority. Yeah. We'll put the new glasses on. Keep it fresh. A warn button. You use that to warn. Oh, interesting. That's very good.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Labor Utopia.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He notes solemnly, then turns to you, a wide smile adorning his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Any idea who killed the
The
hangman?
mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
He shakes his head solemnly. Are the dock workers involved?
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Takes a sip from his flask. I'm talking to you. A little bit of a strange conversation, but I'll take it. So obviously this guy here, who's another one of the mercenaries.
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. Should have just punched him in the throat again.
Are you kidding me? The 360 spin kick?
Wrong. You did the right thing with Measurehead. The ballerina antics won you the fight.
Let's talk about our right to work.
Yeah, we're not gonna engage on that stuff right now. Oh, what do you have here? What do we got?
Damn, that felt good. Your heart's pounding nicely. You should tell people to fuck off more often.
Should I tell Kim?
Not as a general rule, but that one was justified. Better to get the lay of the land before telling people to fuck off.
That's the spirit.
Hey, we got health. Let's go.
Never forget. The whole world's a wooden house, and you're a goddamn flamethrower.
That's awesome. All right, let's find our buddy here. I'm assuming Measurehead's down here somewhere. Or maybe not. What was our quest officially? Oh, we need to look at the borscht stuff as well. Forgot about that. Into the cook. Go to Measurehead on the gate. Oh, he's up at the top. Sheesh. Alright. Getting our steps in today, folks. You know what? We'll pop in here since we're here. Let's look into the soup. We gotta look into the soup.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Leo said you're friends with Manana, is that true?
The mention of manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. They're friends.
Okay. Yeah, what you making there?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question.
Don't understand,
Just
dude.
one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer with his brow arched.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, sure.
Horse need more vodka?
He picks up a bottle from the shelf.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka borscht! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself!
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a
Jeez.
whistle, he stirs the brew.
Alright, I don't want any. Who knows what'll happen?
You see, it could be connected.
Okay, nothing new at the door. Okay, I think that take care of our situation. It did. Okay. Terrific. Okay. Let's continue on to the head of measuring. As it's known. I think we wanted to talk to the lawyer girl as well. At some point, I just remembered that. We can do that perhaps at another time.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic.
Knocked you out like a god of martial arts.
True. I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered. A little.
Yeah, get the body down.
So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
Thank you, Measureheads, babe.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you.
if we don't want to
Both
do
of
that.
you.
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup.
Alright.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
Well, this ought to be interesting. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Summer. It doesn't look like I can do anything. I'm hoping that this didn't freeze. Because you know how these things go sometimes. I'm a little bit worried. I can't seem to do anything right now. Did the game break? I thought we had this. This is behind us now. Can we heal? Okay, so we can still heal. Move our thing around here. I can't seem to open up any menus. Or use any of my things. Oop, I just healed myself again. This is one of the 2 known spots. Okay, so it's frozen. That sucks. That really, really sucks. I didn't know if maybe this is sort of the joke that we have to, like, remain here. This game. Okay. I'll have to reload. I did not save anything recently. There's an autosave? Okay. So we'll have to do a little bit of backtracking. Brutal. Well, we can cross those 2 spots off the bingo card. We got the smoking scene, which effectively ended my run on the PC. And now we ran into the other big one, I guess, on the Switch. I don't know how we fixed that. Tell him to get the body down, say you won't wait for him, then change your mind and agree to wait. Okay, we'll try that on this one. If we went through this after Everard, or if the save is at least after the Everard conversation, that's positive, I think. I can't believe it takes so long to load in. It's just insane. The game is just, I don't know, it's too powerful. It's too powerful for my little things. Alright. I think, yeah, let's just see. Special borscht, get the body down. Yeah, I'm assuming that we are good. In fact, I can even talk to this guy again and just double check.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair. See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
She be a fickle beast. Indeed. Okay, so we know that he doesn't have anything to say. Press onwards. Through here. Okay, nothing we can do on... Oh, good. Yeah. We've lost internet apparently as well. My goodness. Unbelievable. Alright. Hope this comes back soon. Okay, looks like we may be back. Alright, yeah, we should be back here. Hopefully everybody is it's reconnected. Oh, good old Virgin. You haven't missed anything. I've just ran back over here to collect all these bottles.
Snow is quite...
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative yes.
This is the Night Watchman's...
If you must.
Nothing It's a black and white. Renee looks like...
Why did you take that pic? Fine.
Okay, cool. So that is golden. What's going on with the stream? It says we're live. Good call, Galaxy. Yeah, we'll do that. Seems okay to you? Okay. It was being a little bit odd because my encoder looks fine, but my like chat just disconnected like 10 times. So I wasn't sure. Let's get our cool office shades. I guess we'll just go right after Measurehead here, since we know that this is the spot. So let's save here. Switch chat to SRT.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our... True. I said
so-
nothing about... Oh,
Never
so it
heard.
was. You...
You're so
There's a pub.
But... While I am
Tenant.
gone, someone must...
This is the...
Listen to your little friend.
No way.
Fine. Goodbye. Return to your degeneracy.
Okay, so this is presumably the spot.
See that they stay here the whole time.
Thank you for posting that, Archie. That should be the back and forth here. Although it may... Looks like it might have just done it again. Maybe I have to get out of the conversation. because I think it just happened again. Well, that's pretty annoying. Maybe I have to, yeah, maybe I have to exit the conversation with Measurehead and then go back in and say, yeah, we're good. Maybe that's it. Let's load it again. Good call from Galaxy, making that save there. So we should, once it eventually loads up, it should, we'll be right in front of Measurehead this time, which will be good. What an annoying one. Yeah, that is true. The Switch is a more reliable device certainly than than my PC is at the moment. I guess it's kind of old now. I guess I forget that computers don't have a huge shelf life these days. Felt like I used my like I don't know, like back when I had like a Windows 95 computer, I felt like that lasted forever. This is like a 4-year-old PC that was not really built to spec anyway. That's what it is. Half an hour. So yeah, we wouldn't have been able to do anything. This would have been, it would have been us sitting here for, yeah, 30 minutes. At least 10 minutes. Just waiting. And then having it happen again, be like, all right, another 30 minutes, we got to do it again. It would have just been the end of stream right away. I would love to get the body down here. And then kind of follow that up and then
this
call
has
it there.
drastically altered our race, Dina. True. So it was.
You're so...
There's a...
But, well,
This is the uncomfortable
listen to your little friend. Fine. Goodbye.
Okay, so let's try this. So we've left. We'll come back
Your
in.
race descent has temporarily halted. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
Okay, hands are up. I've set the controller down. Come on, game.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
Finally, let's go.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
I felt like we were just doing a check. You know what I mean? Like, success. The game will continue. Apparently so. Trying to keep things, yeah.
Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
Oh, this guy.
Spoken by a mercenary pretending to be a worker.
I'm an unbelievably corrupt cop. I'm corrupt every opportunity I get. It's none of your business.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then,
Oh no,
the
Kuno.
man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Don't freeze, don't freeze, don't freeze, don't freeze.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
Thank you for your cooperation, Measurehead. No side choosing.
And what you had to do, was to become a Union man for all to see.
Whatever you say, dude. Yeah, GPs are pretty expensive. No doubt about that.
So,
You've been in there.
it's
let's
but
get
a
caught up
right.
on this one
You talk
here.
the mercenary, eh? What a thought. You're that guy. He wasn't eight. I ain't the murderer.
Me.
Understood.
No problem. I wish.
We already had this conversation, obviously, so just going through it once more. This'll be interesting.
Went native on the chief, huh?
Wrong. You did the wrong.
Let's talk about our right to work.
We gotta do this.
That felt good.
Not as a general rule.
That's the spirit. Never forget.
Terrific. Okay. So far, so good. Our right to work. There's the body.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Wipe a tear from your eye.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised.
Nice.
The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
Ooh, a field autopsy.
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
Alright, we're making good progress.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Do we have somebody else to do this?
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work, everything.
Honorary rank.
An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is lieutenant detective.
Alright, I feel
You
like
are.
detective.
Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now,
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
What is this?
come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. Unfortunately, no.
It's the guard
They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes.
Just fill this
That's
in,
right.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol.
Alright.
Yeah, we got this. We're smart.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
I guess we've gone through everything.
Come back later, Corporal. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Okay. Let's take a look at the form.
The dead
here.
man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
Let's jump ahead. Assistant.
That's you.
Do we do... Ooh. Do we do the... Yeah, we'll do the
the
initials.
corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
Coroner's case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Shouldn't we file the coroner's case under me? Technically, I arrived before you.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
HDB 41 0803. Help me out with the time of day, anyone? 11:11. It's meaningful.
In no time of arrival.
Good. Let's go with that.
The lieutenant is quite surprised you managed to come up with an adequate case number.
Alright, there we go.
We've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's better than nothing. Write it down.
Okay.
What's next? Date of birth?
Date of birth.
NA.
Okay. Age.
Roughly 50.
Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write around 42.
He nods.
Race.
Mondial.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
I forget that they're still just sitting here.
Male.
Pigs can have sex?
I'm so tempted.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
HDB 41 0803.1111 listens motionless with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
So what's that?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
Footprints looked like he was carried over. That's true.
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
Places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in
Your
preparation.
central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Jeez. Alright, turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Alright, external examination. Summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
Or write it down.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos.
Tattoos. He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body. Meanwhile, on Monkey Island, it does, yeah.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white.
And yeah, the Kudo... The fact that Kudo and Kudo Master's both still here is sort of like an interesting juxtaposition against, like, what's a pretty serious situation. I like the constant there.
The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Touch the corpse's hair.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person after a swim.
Gently stroke his
The
hair.
stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand, like thread off a rag doll's head. There's brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Keep petting him.
More hair sticks to your hand. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull below. An alien landscape.
Ooh, a dig overlay. Very good. But that'll be good. I'll send that over. I don't know if Krelos is around, but I will. I'll send a message over after the stream. Put that together. Nice one. Oh, that'll be good. We got to get to playing the dig at some point. It's on the list.
There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's
You're
all
there,
over
baby.
now. The lieutenant watches you in silence.
Yeah, we'll add that.
That was some sick shit, Sekopa.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Write down but amend with high velocity.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You've got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
I'm prepared. Pet the chain cutters, yes.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Okay.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points to the rope squeezing the dead man's
We need
neck.
to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Look for a good spot to
The
cut.
belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread, rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
97. Come on.
After some deliberation,
Look how low
you sink
that
the
was.
cutters into the knot tying the belt together.
Roll the 3.
You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
I can't believe we nearly lost that 97% success check. Holy moly.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove, until there's a gap.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact. Genitalia...
He pulls down the man's underpants, Kuno, and go.
No, let's get out and see.
Got a feeling.
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Doesn't look like he was enjoying it. Do we inspect it?
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Ah yes, your hunch before. We can have a semen analysis requested from processing, if that's what you meant.
Is it trying to get a psychic read? Sure.
Just write down that we request an analysis.
The corpse with his pants down does not have an opinion on the subject. All he has is genitals and a deathly odor.
Don't we all? Okay.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Scarring is extensive.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves to the other hand. We'll pick up the hand.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
Good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair?
I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy. Before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting it?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Working so close to the fumes coming from the corpse must be hard. You realize suddenly that the lieutenant has been barely keeping it together these past 2 items.
Write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Okay, number 2, internal exam.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Nope.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Let's take a look.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Deeper.
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat.
Okay.
A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Okay, write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Don't I have it?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
That's it?
That's it. Same for toxicology and serology. And unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there?
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
We already have one test as per regulation, and we already requested semen.
Pigs requested semen like it's no big deal.
I'm not even interested in these boring mulkers anymore. I haven't sucked him off for anything.
Toxicology seems prudent.
At a request, then, we'll know if drugs or poisons remain in his blood. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with it.
Okay.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground and pull the feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse. The corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Okay, bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes waiting to be filled. Scalp and bite mark injuries. So non-fatal post-mortem. This seems like after he's dead, right?
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury. A stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
The lieutenant's admission has caused great gratitude in Kuna. He is silent with it.
And yeah, I don't know how old they are. It's kind of like they're like teenagers, maybe, I guess, right? I don't know.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal postmortem.
Right. Next.
Ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Well, this one's quite interesting, right? Because there is a possibility that he was killed, I guess, before they hung him up, I suppose. But I guess with the information that we know, they probably did kill him. Maybe he was knocked out, so
That's it.
on it.
We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start.
Okay, cool.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
How'd it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy.
10? Wait, she's 10 years old? What? Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't expect that. I will be honest with you.
We requested a test to be run on the genitals. That was the règle. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy. I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
There you go.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse.
He's thinking, did I miss something? I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Okay, perception. Can we redo this again? Because maybe do I have a perception thing? We have 2 points. Additionally, let's just see if we have a perception item. We do not. Yeah, why not? What the heck? What are skill points if not to dramatically...
The man is decomposed. The lieutenant
like
adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
It's even.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. The genitals in his breeches continue to be unnoticed.
Can't get enough of that dick.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Yeah, I feel like it, right?
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast. If you want for this task to slowly become impossible, then yes. Otherwise, no. He's been hanging out far too long already. We need to ice him. Hey, Wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building?
Why, yes, there was.
Yeah.
It was massive. Red eyes glowing in the dark.
Now, Detective, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge, but I think we should still take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over.
I also think it's turned off.
Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Okay, cool. Oh, well, this is kind of exciting. We get to run back the giant freezer again. I'm going to do a save here because I have got to call it a night. But I think we've done a lot of good stuff today. Holy cow, we've gone through... unfortunately, I guess we have 8 perception now, so we're super perceptive. But we've got a bunch of cool stuff now. We've done a lot of big, major items on the list here, and yeah, basically, we've done a lot of good things. I think we should be pleased with the work tonight.